Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan. I am a Central Texas gardener in Zone 8B, and I'm redoing this intro because earlier I had explained the whole thing. I got a microphone. Hopefully the sound quality is better, but I hadn't put the little wind protector on the microphone, and so it was just really a lot of background noise. So the first half of this video, maybe the first 10 minutes. It's not too bad, but there is a little bit of like wind noise. So it gets better in the second half. So bear with me. Also, the lighting will change. You'll see in the middle because I filmed it on 2 separate days. And so I'm hoping that the sound quality is better. Um, Let me know because I want it to be good so that you guys can make it through my videos without I personally am like a sound person, and when there's a video that doesn't sound great, I will like click off of it. And so I understand like I would do the same for anybody, and so that's why I'm like I want the sound to be better, but I'm not no expert. I'm just a girl that likes to garden. So let me know. But here's my garden tour in April, mid-April. What's going on back here on the side, all around. If you like gardening content, feel free to subscribe if you're in Texas. We're about to get really hot, so I'll have some hot weather gardening tips coming up soon. And yeah, I just wanted to show you all around my garden. Let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoy. The other reason I don't like to do tours or videos midday is everything gets a little droopy. We're starting to get into that warm time of the year where everything's looking a little droopy midday. So in this bed, it's kind of like random. This is like the plan is that this is going to be like fruit trees and fruit plants only, but I'm like I was trying to see if this cherry tree back here is gonna come back, and I think it actually is. And there's so much grass in this garden bed, it's crazy. I think that it's actually coming back because these are definitely like similar to the leaves, if I remember what they looked like last year. So this might be okay, but I threw some tomatoes in here just to like fill up the space. And so we've got 3 tomatoes which need to be trellised. That's my big project that needs to be done, is the tomato trellising. So 3 tomatoes in here, and then pumpkins. I did pumpkins in here last year. I really liked it. They go a little wild, but this is like an in-ground bed, and then with pumpkins you don't have to worry too much about like weeding and stuff. So I'm just gonna let them go crazy. And then I have 1 raspberry, which is doing quite well. And then I have my fig tree, one of my fig trees, and then 2 blueberries, which meh. I think I'm gonna give up on blueberries. We'll see, but and I apologize. My allergies are killing me, so I apologize for clearing my throat. I'll try to edit it out. I don't think it's worth it. I think I'll do either raspberries or blackberries here next year and then just scratch the blueberries, but we'll see. So you never know. Maybe these will take off. And then this is like the main garden area. I do have over here my little messy potting bench. Also have a composter here, and then this is my other fig tree. This is a Chicago fig, and this is like this is the second year it's been in the ground, and it's really doing well. It already has some figs on it, and I like figs because they don't just all produce at once like blueberries, peaches, and things like that. For me here in this zone, they will produce like throughout the year. Now they do take a little break in the winter, but they come back pretty quick and then they'll start producing again. So it's great. Um, this is a jessamine vine that I'm hoping will kind of take over this fence area, but we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to think. Carolina jessamine, I think that's what it's called. But I need to get some other kind of trellis here for it to climb on. Then I've got 1 tomato here in the corner, and it's getting huge, and I went ahead and put it in this little tomato cage thing. And I really like these because they're easy to store and stuff, but they are not super tall, so I wish they were taller. But they're good if you like to like kind of let your tomatoes go and not do as much pruning. But I am trying to kind of keep up on the pruning as well. So there's one there, and then the rest are kind of over here. Got some kale in the middle here. It's looking a little better. It was basically like decimated by caterpillars, but I picked up all the leaves that had like holes and stuff and a lot of caterpillars on them, gave them to the chickens, and so they are looking a little better. Um, they won't last too much longer with it being so hot, but the chickens love the kale, so I just keep it going as long as I can. And then scattered in here, I have some fava beans, which I probably won't get a harvest off of, but they are really good for the soil. They're nitrogen fixers, so even if I don't get a harvest, I'll like chop and drop them, and that will be, beneficial for my soil. And then I have, let's see, one, two, three, I think 7 tomatoes right here, which also need to be trellised, and these ones have like really nice big flowers. These are must be some kind of like heirloom slicer with how big those flowers are there. Um, but yeah, I have to figure out my trellising situation like 2 weeks ago, but we're working on it. So this second bed was all broccoli, and it's all obviously bolted. The bees are enjoying it though, and I've basically just been like pulling out leaves and plants slowly and giving them to my chickens. So I guess it's not a total loss. The chickens are still getting some greens and things. I will put either okra or sweet potatoes in this bed once it's fully cleared out. And so it will be a summer bed with a lot of hot weather crops. And I can't decide if I want to do okra or sweet potatoes here. But yeah, we have a little bit of time. I might go ahead and start some okra in trays pretty soon here, and then I need to figure out if I'm gonna buy sweet potato slips or try to grow them. I've never done it, so maybe I'll try my hand at that. But I would like to grow like a unique variety, like Japanese sweet potato or something that's different than just like the kind I can get at the store for pretty cheap. So yeah, that's what's going on in that bed. And then this bed is my like cottage garden trial run. These are all hollyhocks, so the big ones are hollyhocks, and then I have some other flowers scattered around the base here. This is a weed. Lots of weeds this year. Oh my gosh, it's the grass is like, oh my gosh, this is the bane of my existence right here. The grass everywhere. And I thought the wood chip mulch would help, and I think it did help. But I also think now that it's broken down a little, it's just giving the grass more nutrition. So it's like great. I could do this all day and just sit out here and like pull grass out, but I won't make you watch me do that. So, but yeah, we got some like little snapdragons and pansies and things. So hollyhocks, I believe they won't bloom this year. I think they'll probably bloom next year if I can keep them alive through the summer. But that's why I'm doing like a little trial run. And they are quite big, so I love the big leaves. I love how like full it looks. It kind of looks like a pond, like a lily pad pond. And then we have sugar snap peas here, which are finally starting to come in. I feel like they took forever to take off, but we do have some sugar snap peas. I haven't picked any yet. These are like the first ones that have actually, one little one right there, fruited. So hopefully we'll get a couple handfuls of these before it gets too hot. Oh, there's one here too. Nice. This does get shady. This area does get a little shady in the afternoon, so I'm hoping if I keep it well watered, I'll still get a couple rounds of those before we're scorching. And then I have over here to take over like a melon, but we got a couple cold days a couple weeks ago, and my melons and cucumbers and loofahs didn't like it. So we'll see if this one snaps back. I might just start another round. There's also actually one there that looks a little bit better. But hopefully those will take off and then take over this trellis once the snap peas are done. This bed is a total random mashup. We've got lots of violas. They are insane everywhere. They're kind of a little invasive, so I've been removing them as they're taking over. And then we have carrots, which are looking really good. They seem to be okay with being near the violas, but I guess we'll see. And then in here I have green beans or pole beans. I don't know if they're green beans. I planted some of the long beans and some of the green beans, so they are wanting to start climbing soon, which is exciting, and then hopefully they'll take this trellis over. Then I have tomatillos, 3 of those here, and then some bolted cilantro here. Another bed here of mainly tomatoes and some squash, I think. Not really sure. I don't know if that's zucchini. I have no idea. And then these snap peas did not take off like the other ones did. But that's the same. Hopefully the cucumber or melon or whatever that is will take over this trellis. I did get this trellis put up for beans, and I am excited about it. I was worried it would like look weird in the garden, like look kind of bulky, but I think it looks pretty good. I don't love the green netting, just a personal preference, so probably once that like wears out, I'll get something like a little more natural looking, like jute, and something that's like biodegradable, but it came with this green netting, so I figured I might as well use it. And then this bed is more violas, chamomile, which I need to come out and harvest some, so it'll keep flowering. Like the violas are crazy, it's crazy. And then green onions, which I have been using like almost every day. I just come out here and grab some for my food and meals. I love green onions. And then more green beans, which will hopefully take off and take over this trellis soon. And then this is a kind of basil, which look, it's already trying to flower. Nice, it's April. It's April. We already have bolted cilantro, bolted broccoli. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just have to pick off, try to make sure it doesn't flower. I know some basils like love to flower, but we'll see if we can get this guy a little bit bigger before that happens. And then another tomato bed, which needs to be trellised, like I said. And then these, oh, oh, look at that. I haven't seen these yet. Purple sugar snap peas, look at that. Those are awesome. They're really cool. Look, the flowers are purple. I had seen the flowers, but I hadn't seen any of the beans, so really cool. Oh my gosh, I've never grown the purple ones. That's awesome. And these got really tall too. How tall they are. The fence is 6 feet, so they're almost 6 feet. Great. Those are awesome looking. I love that. I'm excited. I bet that one's almost ready. Probably tomorrow. This bed isn't looking fantastic. It's looking a little sad, but I did put corn in here and then the peppers. And then we do have a couple of flowers. This is our first of the poppies coming up here. Really pretty color. I really like the orange. I think it was like a blend pack, like an orange, pink, and white maybe. And then nasturtiums, they're taking a while to take off. I'm hoping they get some flowers before it gets too hot for them, but we'll see. Oh, there's a little yellow one as well. So I think these were like yellow, orange, white, pink, maybe was like the mix. I'm not sure, but yeah, they look pretty. And once these start going, they actually bloom quite a bit. So I'm excited to see the first blooms because I think that's like a good sign that they'll be blooming for a while. And then we've got a little corn popping up sporadically. I'll probably throw some more seeds down. I haven't been like watering this like full on watering. I've just been running the drip, so that's probably why I don't have great germination. And it looks like I have some basil popping up as well. So this bed is kind of a mismatch. Like, who knows what's going on here? It's sort of a mess. I've got some like bok choys over there, which actually look pretty good. They were eaten up pretty bad by the like little caterpillars, but they're looking okay. So I might actually be able to harvest some of those for dinner. That one looks pretty good, actually. I'm just a little bummed with the cool weather crops. I think I'm just gonna have to try to just do them in the fall instead. But I do love broccoli. I love bok choy, and so it's kind of a bummer that we can barely grow it here just because it gets too hot and then also too cold like it freezes. But maybe I'll do like a little greenhouse next winter and try to grow it throughout the winter because yeah, like once it gets hot, the bugs and the heat they just can't really deal with it. So maybe I need to try to find some more hot weather varieties. But I feel like for some reason I feel like this one was specifically for a warmer climate. So maybe it'll do okay. The bugs just kind of got to it when they were really small. They ate most of the. I had kind of a lot in here. They ate most of the seedlings, so I think that they just didn't get big enough before the bugs just like went crazy. Well, it's been a few days and I'm back. My phone camera overheated. So, yeah, let's finish up this garden tour. I can't really remember where I was, but we're gonna keep on rolling and get this over with. Not over with. I'm excited about it, but I'm just like, my phone overheated and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna come back out later of the day, and then it just didn't happen, and then it's like been 3 days. So I'm like, okay, just finish it. So anyway, okay, get back to it and I'll show you some more plants. Okay, I think we talked about this garden bed already. Kind of a hot, like a mismatch of random things. Corn is getting a little bigger actually after a couple days. And then these are my peppers in grow bags, which I planted in the last video. And then I have like a basil in here. We did get like a little cold snap. And so I think the peppers are struggling a bit. So hopefully they'll bounce back. I do need to water these, but you know. And then this is my like random flower bed, which I'm hoping after like a couple more weeks, I do need to weed. These two beds, they're a bit shorter. These two, they're a bit shorter than my other beds. And so and like the grass is just creeping in like crazy. It's hard to keep on top of. But yeah, that'll probably be my weekend project is like try to deal with some of this grass. And I think once I mulch it will help a little bit. But we've got like kind of a blend of like I'm trying to remember what I put in here. Bachelor buttons, obviously cosmos are these like frilly ones here. I think I put some zinnias in here, some calendula. So hopefully it's gonna look good here in a couple weeks, and we'll start getting some flowers. I might like do a quick little liquid fertilizer on here just to get them going. So maybe I need to do that today, and that might give them a little boost because they are just going a little slow. They do get pretty shaded out by this peach tree. So, but yeah, let's move on to that. It's massive. I'm so excited. I can't believe how big it's gotten. I pruned it quite a bit. Um, it's gotten really big. I'm so pleased with this tree, honestly. Especially since we really didn't have any trees in the backyard. I'm just excited to have a nice, like, big, decent tree back here that does give a little shade to some of the garden beds. And just kind of fills out the space a little bit so it just doesn't look so, I don't know, empty. But yeah, there's tons of peaches on it, and I might remove some of these, but I do feel like it's getting pretty like big and sturdy where I don't have to like remove a ton. Like the one in the front, I'm gonna have to remove like most of those because the tree is quite small, but it's really big. So I don't know, it just looks so good. It looks so healthy. I'm excited. And then my grapes are also doing really good. Some of them better, like some of them have taken off a little faster than other. Like this one has taken off pretty fast. This one's a green seedless. I think they're all seedless. Because who likes seeded grapes? I don't know. But ooh, we have some ants here. Gross. Maybe there's some aphids on here. So I guess I should just let the ants do their thing. But hopefully this will fill out pretty good, cover up this ugly fence here, and probably next year I'll do a nicer trellis. This is just kind of a temporary one, just to see how the grapes did. But they died back quite a bit, so next year I'll do something a little nicer. We do have like a little cluster here going on. So yeah, and then we have our chickens, obviously. They've been eating on that broccoli, sprouted broccoli. I have my Eureka Pink Lemon that's coming back to life after getting frozen. This is my herb garden bed. I put some new ones in, which are the small ones here. My spearmint's coming back. This is apple mint, oregano, lemon balm, Then I put a new sage in, and this is thyme here. And then my banana tree is actually coming back. Oh, and rosemary in the back. It's actually coming back. It died back in the freeze, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get a little banana tree action. And then this is my lime tree. I think it's a key lime, and my Meyer lemon as well. And then I have one little lavender plant here, which we'll see. I've never been able to keep lavender alive. I'm thinking about putting in like another herb bed here in front of the chicken coop, like another in-ground one. So I'm not sure if I'll get that done before it gets too hot, but this area does get pretty shady with obviously the shade cloth here for the chickens. So and then the trampoline. So we'll see. Maybe there'll be some herbs that will like do well here when it gets so hot. But let's see. And then on the patio we have my green stalk, which I still haven't fully set up yet. But the strawberries are coming in here. Got quite a few. Looking pretty good. I've picked a couple. They're not, they're not crazy productive or anything, but we like to pick a couple strawberries. Um, I wish they did a little better here in Texas, but with the heat, it's just a little tough. And then I have my tea plant, which I'm not really sure what to do with, but it looks pretty, and so that's good. And then just some little random pots over here, some cactus succulents and things. And then let's see, lastly, messy porch, but I've got some extra eggplants that I need to put in the garden. This is gonna go in the front garden bed. It's a native plant, which I can show you all the native garden in the front. See how long this video is. It's looking really good. I'm super pleased with it. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and show you up in the front too. And then I think these are either loofahs or melons. I've got a couple in here that I think they're melons. That one might be a loofah. It's a mixture of loofahs and melons, but loofahs and melons, and then a couple more eggplants. I'm gonna give a couple of these away. They did get a little damaged by bugs, but they look pretty good, so I need to get these in the ground once I find a little more space. And then that's pretty much it for the backyard. So all right, we've got some sirens in the background, but I think they're almost leaving. This is my other peach tree. As you can see, it's really loaded up, so I'll have to remove some of these because if I don't, the branches will get too heavy and it'll like possibly crack the branches. So but this tree is looking really good. So this is younger than the one in the back, so hopefully in like a year or two it'll look kind of like the one in the back does, and be really tall. But it's looking really good and healthy. I think this is a Florida Dream, Florida something peach. So yeah, I'm excited. I think we picked like 3 peaches off of this last year, but we might be able to push it to like 8 or 10, just depending on how I can remove, because there's some down here too. So if I spread them out pretty good, we should be able to leave quite a few. And then in my last video, I think it was my last video, I sprinkled in some seeds here, and as you can see, it's looking really good. We've got like the bigger ones are sunflowers, and then the smaller ones are zinnias. And I think I sprinkled another packet out here, not on camera, I can't remember, but they're looking really good. We do have some weed pressure in here as well, but overall it's looking good. And in a couple weeks, I think this is going to look really, really nice out here. But this is kind of like I had explained, this is like eventually going to be all native plants. And I did add a little more to the border. So the border is going to go all the way around. I just keep grabbing like 20 of these bricks every time I go to the hardware store, because they are kind of heavy and stuff. So I think maybe 2 more trips and I'll have a whole border. But the rest of it's looking really good. I cannot remember what this, I don't remember what all of these are called, but this is a native flowering plant. Once it flowers, I have pictures of everything I planted, so I'll be able to remember what that is. And then I've got a little one here that's looking okay. I might pop in a couple. I might pop in that one that I have in the back over here somewhere. This is like a grass, a native grass, that has like pink fronds, you know. So I have 2 of these, and then I have, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at remembering plant names. I don't think this is salvia. That's something else. But this one looks really good. My husband said he almost cut it down when he mowed the grass the other day. I was like, what? He's like, oh, I thought it was a weed. I'm like, oh my gosh. So glad he didn't. These are native daisies. That's a salvia. This was yellow flowers. I'm not sure if it's going to come back. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty dead, but I'm not sure if that one will come back. It bloomed really late last year, so, but these look so cute. And with the red and the white, I love it. I'm gonna pop something else in here at some point to fill it out a little bit, something taller. Another one of those native grasses. This is, I don't know, Greg's Blue Mist. I know that one. Salvia. This is a echinacea, which is coming back slowly. And then this is like, these are some kind of sunflowers or something. I don't know. These are weeds. I did come out here and weed the other day, but man, these weeds, they are tough. Nothing seems to survive in this front area here, so I'm just going to add more mulch at some point. I did remove a lot of plants here that were weedy, but I need to do a little more. And then another salvia here, another one of those ones with the purple flowers. Can't remember what they're called right now. Looks like my lantana is not going to come back. I think I have another one that's not going to come back. So I might, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to pop in a couple more plants here. This is either another echinacea or, oh no, I think the other one is black-eyed Susan, and this is the echinacea. And then this is an aster, which is not native actually, but I just thought it was pretty, and it actually looks like it might flower soon. So hopefully this one takes off. But I am pretty pleased with how it's starting to look. I mean, this yard had nothing in it. And we've been here not even 2 years, so I know the native plants take a little more time to kind of take off and dealing with all the weed pressure and stuff. So, and then being under this tree here, what are those called? With the flower, they're crepe myrtle. Under this crepe myrtle tree, the roots and the babies, and they're invasive, so it's just not the best spot. But I'm hoping once I get these ones kind of filled out and the ones on the side and all that, it'll look a little bit better. But and then lastly, I have this little seating area here, and I have a couple pots with some just snapdragons and things, which looking a little sad there. But I have this rose, this climbing rose, which is new. So hopefully this will kind of take over this area a little bit, and it's got yellow flowers on it, I think. They're actually like yellow and pink. But yeah, this will take probably a couple of years to take off and take over, but I'm excited about that. Come inside here because it's a little windy, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the garden tour. It's April 15th, 16th, something like that. And so I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. Hopefully I'll have some harvest videos soon for y'all. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. I am kind of trying to get back into the swing of it, and like, but I want to know what everybody's interested in. Like, I like garden tours, but sometimes I think they can be like a little bit boring. That's just my preference. But I like educational videos as well. But hopefully some harvest, my dog is making a lot of noise, harvest videos slash like cooking videos, like utilizing the harvest. That's kind of what I really want to do, but we're not quite at that point yet. I did use some kale the other night to put in my soup that I made, my zuppa toscana soup, which is so good. And then I made some tea last night with some of my herbs for my allergies. So yeah, I'm excited about like more, being able to use more and more from the garden, hopefully get like a good peach harvest, maybe grapes, we'll see. Maybe I'll make some wine, I don't know, or jam or something. But anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and let me know what you're growing in your garden, and I'll see you in the next one.